Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters, sisters and brothers. It's your brother Elahu Ramadan with that information for the original. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters, sisters and brothers. It's your brother Elahu Ramadan with that information for the original nation held captive in the North American wilderness, brothers and sisters. Speaking about that black man and his black woman and that which we produce, the black child, brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, the breaking news, the war in heaven. They call it the Middle East. Why do the Bible break it, state it as the war in heaven, brothers and sisters? Well, the Son of Man has revealed that information to us. We, for the last 400 years, have been hearing about the sealed Bible, but the Son of Man has went into Revelations 5, brothers and sisters, and those seven seals that sealed that Bible now is unsealed. So we're getting the unsealed version, brothers and sisters, the unsealed version, which has lifted the veil and given us the full truth of the book, brothers and sisters, the Bible, not the version that was pushed to us by our enemy, brothers and sisters. And we got here under that enemy in 1619. For that's when our sojourning here started. And as you read Genesis 15:12, it says, as the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and he was able to see a vision of his seed, brothers and sisters. Read into Genesis 15:12 so you can understand that vision and understand who's been fighting to be that seed. But no one can be it except those who fit this description, brothers and sisters. And the black man, the black woman, and the black child held captive in the North American wilderness is the only one that fit that 400-year sojourning in a land that's not theirs. Served and afflicted, brothers and sisters, and been forced under a vision that is not ours, brothers and sisters. But until the Son of Man, the lifting of those seven seals and that unsealed Bible, brothers and sisters, that's all we had was what was given to us. And those who enslaved us wasn't giving us the truth, brothers and sisters. They gave us their version. They gave us their version, brothers and sisters, the version that was not beneficial to us. Here is the Strait of Hormuz, brothers, where all the different merchandise come to different parts of the world. The main thing that come out of here, brothers and sisters, is oil. And we know that we're not on coal. We don't burn coal no more. The whole thing is off of oil. So February 28th, when false Israel and America. After they made a deal, or the deal was sitting on the table with Iran on the February the 27th, 28th, they dropped bombs. They dropped bombs, brothers and sisters. And in return, Iran closed the Strait of Hormuz, which is causing an economical collapse in America and throughout the world, brothers and sisters, because oil is the main deal that runs America, that runs the economy, that runs the different parts of the world. Now Iran has closed that. After that, February the 28th, the bombs that false Israel, Satan, they're falsifying, trying to say that they are that seed of Abram. But we know that the original seed, the ones who fit that scripture, and that scripture in the Bible, is the original black man, his black woman, and that child that we produce, the black child, brothers and sisters. But we're held captive in the North American wilderness, caught up under a gravitational vortex, which is a vision of another people. And it has been a whore for the original black man, black woman, and black child. False Israel is fighting for its survival, but they will not make it. They will not make it, brothers and sisters. And we know about this is the reason, because now the armies are surrounded them. But when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, then recognize that her destination is near. When the president that's now president, which is the devil, his first term, that's what Jerusalem, he made that the capital of false Israel. So they're surrounded by armies. You hear the research, you know the news, the media, they're telling you things, but they're not telling you the fullness of it, because then they would expose, brothers and sisters, who are the true children, who are the true seed of Abram, the original black man, original black woman, and that which we produced, the black child. We are that, brothers and sisters, and we've been under that horror of great darkness. Let's get to that before I speak on the horror of great darkness, brothers and sisters. Genesis 15:12. And as it's stated, as the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abraham, and a horror of great darkness. No light, brothers and sisters. The only light that we're getting today, brothers and sisters, is coming from that unsealed Bible, that the one from the tribe of Judah, the root of David, went into and lifted those seven seals. That's the Son of Man, brothers and sisters. Solomon. That's who's on the scene, brothers and sisters. And that's the only one who has come to give us that mind. Because before the battle, you have to have your mind ready for war. You have to prepare for the war. And the war that's taking place is to expose the true identity of that seed. And that war, the reason why I call the war in heaven, because that was the best part of our planet Earth, brothers and sisters. And that's where we lived, in Arabia, not Saudi Arabia. That's the dragon from India. Them are them are personators, personating, brothers and sisters, that they're our brothers, but they're from India. They got put there by one of the devils, Britain. The Bible called them Gog and Magog. One of the devils is called Britain, the first superpower, and out of its side, in Genesis, out of his side of Adam came Eve. Gog and Magog, Adam and Eve in the Bible. Britain and America, brothers and sisters, the two devils who put false Israel in Palestine, not even the promised land, but in Palestine, brothers and sisters, and false Israel, the ones who claiming to be that seed, claiming to be the seed of Abram, claiming to be those Jews, are really the synagogue of Satan. And that abomination of desolation is to show the whole world. October the 7th, when Hamas, who were the legitimate representatives of the Palestinians, they got voted in when they attacked false Israel because they wanted their freedom. They've been in prison in Palestine. They wanted their freedom when they attacked false Israel, the 7th of October, 2023. Israel responded with cruelty. When that first took place, the whole world was on false Israel's side. All the European nations was on false Israel's side. But after they did what they did, brothers and sisters, with great cruelty, you had to look up the word abomination, the root word of it, brothers and sisters, and that explains that what they did. They claimed to be the child of God or the seed of Abram, us, but their action showed totally different, brothers and sisters. That's why the lies that have been told has been come to an end, because right here in this scripture, brothers and sisters, it said our sojourning will be 400 years. And also that nation whom they will serve will I judge, and afterwards shall they come out with great substance. You see what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? It's our time to lead, and these different signs that's taking place is allowing us, brothers and sisters, to prepare for the leave, so we won't be caught up in the shock of the hour of things that is coming to a city near you, a city near me, coming to America, because they're under judgment. Their economical collapse of their system is fallen. And since we have been caught up in their so-called dream, the American dream, which has been a 400-year nightmare, brothers and sisters, we don't want America to fall on us. We got to get the hell out the way. So that's why it's beneficial, life-threatening, brothers and sisters, that we subscribe to the messenger of the covenant, Master Suleiman, because he got the antidote. When he lifted those 7 seals, and now we got the unsealed version of the Bible, brothers and sisters, that's the antidote for the original black man, black woman, and that which we produced, the black child, who have been locked in America under the gravitational vortex for the last 400 years. So we are giving you, trying to reflect that light to you, trying to lead you to the antidote. He's not going to personally save us, brothers and sisters. He's given us the antidote to save ourselves. We must upload that which he has revealed so we can make that exit, that escape plan, brothers and sisters. because false Israel is surrounded by its enemies. And America and Britain, Gog and Magog, Adam and Eve will be kicked out. That's that war in heaven. They said the dragon did not prevail. The dragon, Saudi Arabia, living on our land, and his angels. The dragon and his angels is Saudi Arabia, the two devils, Britain and America, and the one that control Satan. False Israel, brothers and sisters, that's Satan. All of them can't hide under the costume that they've been wearing. Once the messenger of the covenant has revealed those 7 seals, and now we got the unsealed version. So brothers and sisters, when America get the running out of, because she's been, they put false Israel in that position in 1948 to counteract what Elijah Muhammad, who was put in charge of the Nation of Islam, the temple that Master Fraud Muhammad set up, brothers and sisters. And the one in Malachi 3:1 that will come to his temple is the messenger of the covenant. The messenger of the covenant, brothers and sisters. He's the one, Master Suleiman, who lifted those 7 seals so he would give us the antidote, the information, the 411, the truth of what the original blacks in America have to do to avoid, because America is under judgment, to avoid the destruction of America so we won't be caught up in her plagues, brothers and sisters. We got to be preparing to leave. We got to make that exit. We got to get the hell out of Dodge. And that war that's on everybody's mind, brothers and sisters, they call it the war in the Middle East. The Bible call it the war in heaven. That's because that's the most precious land, and that's the land that we lived on. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. That's how we started. That's how capitalists started, right there, brothers and sisters, in them cotton fields, because that was the commodity of America when we got here. 1619, 400 years. That's what Genesis 15:12 said. 1619, 2019, 400 years. Your first job on the plantation, picking cotton, 24/7. The brainwash, the sealed book, the book we gave the Edomites, and the one that's standing up there over that black God, that black man with that change on his neck, holding that holy Bible. He's from the penal colony, from Britain. They emptied their dungeons and sent all of their prisoners to the penal colony, which they now is named America. That's how America got started, brothers and sisters. It started off as a penal colony. So the modern day president, the devil who's in charge today, he wants to now, he did a practice run with the so-called illegal aliens. He did a practice run with his Gestapo. He named ICE, the ICE police, brothers and sisters. They been going throughout America, moving people unprecedentedly. You usually have to have a search warrant. You usually have to have go through a proper process That's not what they're doing, brothers and sisters, but that's a practice run. When they come up with that national security alert, that's going to be for all blacks residing in America. Those who have visas, Africans, Haitians, all you need to fit that description is black skin. Black skin, brothers and sisters, that's what they're going to be coming back, because that lie that that they put in position back in 1948 and been that's been the norm for 70 years. 70 years, brothers and sisters. That's the program they've been pushing, that the ones who converted to Judaism and Hitler was burning the hell out of them. You see what I'm saying? They the one that's been perpetrating the fraud. They the one that's been, so America, that war in heaven, America is running back. You know what happened after February the 28th? All 7 American bases got annihilated. All their radars, all their eyes in the sky that see before different things happen, they see it from their cameras in space. So brothers and sisters, they're coming back to America upset because the true identity that they've been falsifying for 70 years and supporting and financing is going to get annihilated. So the true seed, the real seed, the only seed of Abram is the original black man, black woman, and black child. They say we was cursed black. They named us Ham. That's the connection, Abraham. We that seed, brothers and sisters. So we must prepare mentally. So in order to prepare mentally and to get out of this that we receive in the horror of great darkness, we got to get that truth from the Son of Man. We're only reflecting the light, brothers and sisters. We didn't lift those 7 seals. That was Master Suleiman, the Son of Man. He lifted those 7 seals, brothers and sisters, and been pushing that program since the 90s. When Elijah was here, he was from 70 to 75. He was the editor of the Muhammad Speak newspaper. So he was there under Elijah. He was in the Nation of Islam. But after the Nation of Islam fell under the sun, Wallace D and that violin player, brothers and sisters, you know that history. You see what I'm saying? So brothers and sisters, this is our time. This is our time to receive that reward. This is our time to leave with that great substance. This is our time to go to that, to walk into that heaven. This is our time for revenge. Subscribe, brothers and sisters, to the Son of Man. Subscribe so we can get that information, so we will not be caught up in the shock of the hour. You heard about the shock of the hour. Men's hearts will be failing them of the things that's coming. We seen what's coming, brothers and sisters. That's that covenant that the God made with Abram. Right after Genesis 15, 12 to 17, in that same day, God made a covenant with Abram. Said no of a surety. No. It says, in the same day that God made a covenant with Abram, saying, unto thy seed have I give the land from the river of Egypt to the great river Euphrates. That's Arabia, brothers and sisters. That's our land. We left it 50,000 years ago, covered it up with sand to protect the natural resources in the land, the soil, to protect it. So when we get back and get off that sand, it'll flow like a garden, brothers and sisters. It'll flow and be for us. That's our heaven, the one we'll walk in. And that beautiful black goddess will be the interior decorator to make sure not only have we known her outer beauty, we'll now know the interior decorator, the inner beauty. And that's a place that will be forever. It's a forever rule, brothers and sisters, a forever rule in a real heaven, not a false heaven, not the heaven that Satan offered us, brothers and sisters. You know the saying of Satan. He said he got a mansion, and in this mansion, he got a many of rooms. And we know where those mansions are, brothers and sisters, because when one of our loved ones die, we go to the mortuary, get a coffin and a plot. You see what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? So the truth is before us. It is if we are willing to accept it. But if we are willing to accept it or not, when they shoot that, when they push out that national security alert, we're going to be forced to accept it. So therefore, brothers and sisters, we're going to have to flee. So in that flee, the economy is crashing. America is under judgment. And we need to know the exit, the escape route. We need to know that so we can get to that land of ours that we're going to be governed over ourselves. No more will anybody be in control of our thinking. And if you're in control of our thinking, and then you are in control of our energy, and all of that which we have created is benefit by the slave master, not by us. Capitalist system. We go to work for him on the things. We the one that made this America great. And since America trade with all the other parts of the world, they have became rich, all off the original black man, black woman, and that which we produce, the black child. They have came rich because they control our energy. They control all that we have created from our creative mind, because we the one that did the work. So therefore, by doing the work, you come up with creative thoughts how you can make the job easier. Subscribe, brothers and sisters. Subscribe to the messenger of the covenant. Get that information so we can make that exit, brothers and sisters. Malachi, behold, I will send my messenger, and he shall prepare a way before me. And the Lord whom ye seek shall suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant. Genesis 15:18, talk about that messenger, that covenant that the God made with the seed of Abram after they go through that sojourning for 400 years. The 400 years is up and over, brothers and sisters. 2020 has came. 2019 has came and gone. 1619, 2019. We in 2026, brothers and sisters, but we're not receiving the message. We're still caught up in the American dream. And every Sunday we run to those who went to the theologian school that was created by our enemy to push some more of that horror of great darkness up on us. The enemy out of the side of Britain, the penal colony that we now live in that they call America. We here, brothers and sisters. We've been here, but our new vision must be uploaded. The Injil key must be used to unlock that bullshit neck that we've been sucking up for the last 400 years and trying our damnedest, our hardest to fit into that damn dream. But it won't work. It won't work, brothers and sisters. It's just like you trying to put infinity, a circle, in a box. It won't work. And it has not worked. And that's why it has been a nightmare for the original black man, black woman, and the black child that we produce. But that nightmare is coming to an end. And if you don't upload the Injil, the unsealed Bible, and then you won't be making it to the promised land. You'll be getting what you deserve. The plagues that's coming to America, that judgment. But those of us who upload that Injil, subscribe to the messenger of the covenant, use that Injil key, we'll be the ones making it to heaven, brothers and sisters. We'll be walking into heaven. So, brothers and sisters, we need to we need to get food at least for 30 days. Not food you need to cook, food that you can eat on the run. Food that you can eat on the run, brothers and sisters. Because the war is taking place right now. This weekend was hitting hard. False Israel is on his damn knees. The devil, Satan, and they're fighting against Michael and his angels. Michael, Master Fraud Muhammad, the God, who came in 1930, brothers and sisters, and his angel, Iran and Syria. Our brothers, because we had the same father. We ain't gonna get into that. You got to get to it. Master Suleiman, the son of man. He broke all that down when he gave us that unsealed version. They getting the hell beat out of them. It's getting close, brothers and sisters. The devil, Satan and the devil. You know who they are by who's funding who, who's controlling who when they get here, no matter what the Democrat or the Republican Party is fighting about, soon he get here, they all come together. They all sit up and listen to his bullshit. And they are all financed by Satan through APEC. Them are the handlers of the Democrat and the Republican and any party that's in Washington, D.C. They get paid to push the program of Satan, false Israel. All you got to do, brothers, is upload that information from the messenger of the covenant so you can have, can be that reflecting light, reflecting the light of the unsealed book, reflecting the light of the truth, brothers and sisters. And when falsehood run up to you, knock his damn brains out with the truth. With the truth, brothers and sisters. Upload that Injil. Use that Injil key to unlock that mind. Satan and the devil can't hide under the costumes that they've been hiding under for the last 400 years. And false Israel plays the last 70 years. And the devil plays the last 400 years. Because that horror of great darkness in that land that we came to and was going to be under for 400 years, they named it America. And that's where we've been. Therefore, when you see the abomination of desolation, which was spoken of through Daniel the prophet standing in the holy place, let the reader understand. You see what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? Abomination of desolation. That's what false Israel did. Let's get to that's Palestine. You see that beautiful city, brothers and sisters, those cars and the houses. That's no more. It's rubble. Rubble. That's buildings that was standing after false Israel and bombed the hell out of them. Damn near carpet bombed up. You see what's happening. That's coming here, brothers and sisters, to America. But first, the national security alert. So prepare, brothers and sisters. Get you some unperishable food that's going to last for 30 days. After that, we'll have food. Subscribe to the messenger of the covenant. Upload that Injil. Use that key to unlock that mind, that war in heaven, brothers and sisters. That war in heaven. And it says, and was thrown the dragon, the great, as those in are sitting on our land. The serpent, the arch deceiver, the being called devil, and the Satan, the making of air, the being inhabited whole, he was thrown into the earth, and the angels of him with him were thrown. So Michael and his angels, Master for Muhammad in Iran and Syria, the dragon and his angels, the house of Saul, America and Britain, and Satan, false Israel. They all going to be out. They all going to be done. And that's when they coming back after the true seed of Abram. The true seed, brothers and sisters, the original black man, black woman, and black child held captive under that whore of great darkness, Genesis 15:12. But as you see, we got a reward on that same day, brothers and sisters. Not only we got a war, we got a promised land that we'll be walking in. I'm your brother Elihu Ramadan. And as I came before you, so should I leave you in the peaceful greetings of Assalamu alaikum.
Or bomb northern Israel. And yesterday, that's exactly what they done. Iran bombed, I don't know how many bombs, but they bombed northern Israel yesterday and states and told they gave a warning, as they always do, to the Lebanese, to the Israeli people. If you don't want to die, if you don't want to be injured, get out of the northern Israel, leave, because we're going to bomb it. And Iran keeps their word every time. And so this is what we're witnessing. Trump is playing, America and Israel always playing this good cop, bad cop role. Trump's trying, he holds the card. However, Netanyahu is doing what he wants to do, as if America don't know what's taking place when there's nothing to even carry out the strikes. They need assistance, right, to even carry out the strikes. So America knows exactly what's taking place when it's taking place, and then they want to act like that they're not, that they don't have anything to do with it, or they're upset. That's that good cop, bad cop role that they play. but they know what's taking place, and I think I'm going too far.
Oh, you're doing great. In addition to what you just shared about how, the bottom line is that America and false Israel are aligned with each other. It just clearly shares that in the book of Revelations. That's the dragon's angels, America, false Israel, and Britain. So Trump tries to play this game as if, him and Netanyahu are against each other. However, they are in fact aligned with each other. So don't be deceived by that, sisters and brothers. There's more history. Yes, America and the false Israel, the Jews, have been at each other's throats. That's a whole nother discussion. However, the point of the matter is they are aligned with each other in this war. And they're also aligned with each other against us, sisters and brothers. Because why is false Israel over there in the Middle East to begin with? They're not the true seed of Abraham. That's not their land. They're not in a land that was promised to Abraham's seed. They claim that they're the true seed of Abraham. However, they don't have any history to back up that claim. And they also admitted themselves in the scriptures that they have never been in bondage to any man. They have admitted that they don't have the history of Abraham's seed. And the book of Revelations identifies that false Israel is the synagogue of Satan. So they're over there fraudulently. And America and Britain is the ones that established false Israel over there in 1948 to counter Elijah Muhammad's claim that the original black man and woman right here in North America is the true seed of Abraham. And he showed the proof. So don't be deceived, sisters and brothers. Trump is playing games, is acting as if they're not aligned, or they're not, have the same mission, when in reality they do. They're part of the same group. They're the dragon's angels. They also have the same bloodline. So they're in sync with each other from that perspective. So would you like to add anything before we move forward?
No, you can go, because I think I was just supposed to be giving who to Michael and his angels.
Fertilizer shortages are becoming.
All right, sisters and brothers. So here we are. Give me one moment. Okay, it's moving pretty quick. All right. So this is where we have a few more clips. And why is that? Well, we know the outcome of the war. Michael and his angels are going to be victorious, and the dragon and his angels will be defeated. So before we get into how that's going to affect the economy, we're going to see what the news is saying about the economy. And then we're going to give some commentary on that, because we know that Iran has a selective blockade with the Strait of Hormuz. So let's hear what the news is saying about that, and then we'll come back and we'll get into the situation with the economic collapse. All right.
Fertilizer shortages are becoming a key factor for farmers. Analysts say it's already shifting expectations for the year ahead. Rabobank projects U.S. farmers will plant nearly 96 million acres of corn and more than 83 million acres of soybeans this spring, largely unaffected by rising input costs. But in other parts of the world, disruptions from the Middle East could hit hardest. Brazil, India, and Australia could limit crop expansion and reduce yields. Analysts say those pressures are most likely to affect farmers with less access to credit, raising concerns for global food production and long-term supply.
Right, let's keep moving.
Due to the ongoing US-Israel and Iran conflict, we must prepare for a severe food shortage. Most people think only oil passes through the Strait of Hormuz, but that is simply not true. This narrow waterway is also an important route for global fertilizer. Reportedly, around 50% of the world's traded urea fertilizer moves directly through the Strait of Hormuz. If this military standoff continues, a global food crisis is inevitable. Urea plays a critical role in food production, and the biggest producers are located around the Persian Gulf, including Iran, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE. Large shipments from these nations pass through this route daily. If the strait remains disrupted, we face a massive fertilizer crisis. When supply drops, global agriculture is heavily affected. Dependent countries like Pakistan, India, Brazil, and African nations will face major problems. If this route stays blocked, the impact goes beyond energy markets, triggering higher food prices, lower crop production, and severe shortages. Tell me below what will happen next.
All right, we have one more, sisters and brothers.
Farmers across America are not planting. The fertilizer price wave hasn't even hit yet. When farmers stop, every grocery store in America empties, and the damage won't stop until every household feels it. I want to go through a real story that's not really being talked about on mainstream media and how you can actually prepare for it right now. You see, planting never happened, not the way it was supposed to this year. American farmers are stuck between a rock and a hard place. Input costs that doubled and crop prices that didn't even move. There's no profit for a lot of farmers right now. See, if you plant, you lose money. If you don't plant, you lose land if you don't own it. And the USDA just confirmed it, the lowest wheat acreage in over 107 years of recorded data. This is already bad from the Iran fertilizer crisis. But it's actually getting worse. And if you feel it, if you don't feel it now, you're going to feel it really soon. So let me break a little bit of this down. Tommy Salisbury Farms in Oklahoma, he leads the Farm Bureau's Young Farmers and Ranchers program. He said it on record, said we are paying input prices of 2026, we're getting crop prices of the 1970s and the 1980s. Lorenda Overman Farms in North Carolina, her fertilizer and nitrogen costs have jumped massively this season, about 56%. That means it's 56% more expensive to grow her crops. The price that she'll get for what she harvests hasn't moved. These aren't economics or economists, reading charts. These are people standing in fields like this, looking at the soil, looking at the costs and saying this doesn't add up. Planting crops that they know will actually lose money because the alternative is not planting at all and possibly losing their land. They can't keep making the payments or the rent payments, right? On March 31st, the USDA confirmed what farmers actually already knew. The prospective plantings report, based on surveys of nearly 74,000 farm operators, showed that all wheat planted in the country was about 43.8 million acres. This is the lowest level since records began in 1919. Again, 107 years of American agriculture. The country just recorded its lowest wheat planting in the entire history of the data. And if you're a farmer, I would love it if you put down in the comments below what you're experiencing right now so I can learn more about what's going on. See, people don't realize that this report was captured way before the worst of the fertilizer spike hit because the survey was taken in the first 2 weeks of March 2026. The number that you're looking at is actually the optimistic version. The June update is where we're going to see the real damage from what happened in Iran and the blockade in the Strait of Hormuz. You see, two items are at the front of this cascade, and I'm going to get to them. But first, you need to understand why the planting data is worse than what the report shows, right? Who's telling you that it's fine when it isn't, and what the farmers themselves are doing right now. That tells you exactly where prices are heading, okay? So Josh Linville, the VP of fertilizer at StoneX Group, posted the 6-week damage report from the Hormuz closure on April 10th. Said urea is up 49%. Liquid nitrogen is up 38%. I always pronounce it wrong. Andriasis ammonia is up 32%, and GAP is up 21%. Those are the 4 inputs, the fertilizer inputs, that determine whether a crop grows to full yield or comes in thin, like what you're seeing in this photo. Every one of them spiked after this survey was actually taken. USDA's own break-even math tells you those numbers do a farmer's decision for them, right? When corn costs $5 a bushel to grow in 2026, between the seeds, fertilizer, the fuel, the land, the labor, right? But it only sells for $4.20 a bushel? That doesn't make sense. When soybeans cost $127 to produce and they'll sell for, or a lot less to produce, was like, I don't remember the per acre, they sell for a lot more. The government is pushing data showing American farmers are growing food below the cost of production. So what do? They dive into things like soybeans, right? The American Farm Bureau Federation surveyed farmers directly. 70% of them said they can't afford enough fertilizer this season. And again, look down below into the comments and see what the farmers are saying. It also showed that 19% of Southern farmers actually pre-ordered ahead of the spike when it comes to their fertilizer, right? 78% of them say they can't afford what they need, and 48% of Midwest farmers are in the exact same position. So what are they doing? Well, they're cutting wheat, the most nitrogen-hungry grain, because the nitrogen costs are prohibitive, and they're switching to soybeans. They're cheaper to grow, lower fertilizer demand. Soybean acres are actually up 4%, but the more soybean acres doesn't mean more food on the shelf. An AFDF economist, Faith Hum, said this: when producers cannot afford full fertilizer application rates, they may reduce nutrient use or shift acreage decisions, both of which of these increase the risk of lower yields. They're planting more soybeans because it's cheaper, not because the market needs them. And the soybeans are getting planted and receiving even thinner fertilizer. So you get more acres, right? Less nutrition per acre, and higher risk of a thin harvest on the wheat and corn that goes into the ground. So nitrogen is spread thinner, weaker plants, lower per acre yields, and more vulnerability to drought and pests. See, 57% of winter wheat acres are already under drought conditions, which is up from 37% at the same time last year. 3 pressures are now compounding on the same crop at the exact same time, and the relief isn't coming fast enough. Now, Linville at StoneX again says it takes 30 days to get a vessel of urea to load it up in the Persian Gulf, sail it over here to the U.S., get the U.S. stores or the shores, and then another 3 to 4 weeks to move that product from the stores to the interior, to the farmers, okay? The window from spring application has closed pretty much. The strait could open any day now, but it's too late. The fertilizer takes 2 months to reach the field. The planting calendar doesn't wait for that. One more thing that the press has missed. Not only that, we've seen like some record drought numbers for the first quarter of this year already. You see, the press keeps missing it. Another thing that they missed is the rate for this year's planting report, which was 37.6, which is the lowest in the survey's history. Pro Farmer flagged it directly, saying fewer farmers answered than ever before.
All right, sisters and brothers. So that's it for that part. America is admitting, not to the full extent, however, they are expressing how this war is putting a strain on the economy, and how America has missed the planting season because America relies on a lot of resources from the Middle East to enrich their soil so that they can produce crops, so that they can have food in the grocery store. So this economic collapse is already in motion, sisters and brothers. This famine is underway as we speak. And even if the Strait of Hormuz was opened up right now, they just told you it would take 2 months to even be able to get those plants in the ground, get those seeds in the ground, and what, we're in June now, so what, not until August? So they've totally missed the spring season. So America's in a lot of trouble, sisters and brothers. They're not telling you how bad it is. However, by the time it's fully realized, it's going to be too late. So that's why we're here letting you know in advance. This economic destruction is heading towards America. So let's keep moving, sisters and brothers. All right, so now we're moving into more more commentary about this economic collapse.
The scriptures share that, well,
if you live in the United States, be prepared for this warning.
now, sisters and brothers, this what's being shared from the clip is what the reaction is from the closing, Iran closing the Strait of Hormuz. This, and it's having it's hurting just more than having higher gas prices. It's affecting the farmers, the growing process, because the topsoil in America, they don't have enough topsoil, so they have to add in fertilizers to grow, to have strong yields. And the fertilizer prices are shooting through the roof, of the fertilizer that's available. And the fertilizer that comes in from the Middle East is what is shared that is what, 50% of the world's fertilizers come in from the Middle East. That means 50% of the whole world's fertilizer moves through the Strait of Hormuz. And the outcome of holding or suspending that fertilizer is affecting not just the America's growing process or growing planting seasonal, it's affecting the whole world's seasonal planting period. And then as the man shared that they're not growing what they want to grow because the ground has not been treated. It won't produce, or it doesn't have enough what's that word? Nitrogen. The fertilizers, the ground is not fertile enough to produce what the plants need. So the fertilizer that is needed to produce to cause the yield or the plants to grow,
right?
They don't have the ground doesn't have it, and 50% of the world's fertilizer comes through that Strait of Hormuz. So this is another catastrophic event taking place on the world, as well as the energy that you need, the diesel, the things that you need to transport and to in every aspect. You need the energy, you need the gas, the diesel, to do all the other things that you need it for your tractors, and you need it for everything. And it's shared that the prices are so staggering that these things are not being talked about in the media. But the farmers who are the ones dealing with these scenarios, and they don't have the money to deal with them. They don't have the fertilizer to plant what they need to plant, and the yields are going to be far less than what they usually produce, and the types of what they do produce are less as well, because they started out without being able to plant everything that they want. So they have to plant more of something that they don't want or don't need. He said it's not a need to plant more of it, it's just what they can plant. So it's at economic collapse, and one aspect is an economic collapse, but then it's a food shortage on the other hand. So you got economic collapse with a food shortage. So it's not like, okay, the government can distribute the food, no, it's a lack of food, the economic collapse. So it's a preparing for what they will call, or is called, famine. Because it's a lack of food, that means there's no food. And when there's no food, they call that a food, not just a food shortage. It's a famine coming because they're not producing what is needed to feed the masses.
Yes, sir. In addition to that, it's a famine of all resources that's needed to even run America's economy, because they need oil they need the oil for the electricity. They need oil to be able to get those, they need oil to even grow things, sisters and brothers, to put the crops, put the seeds into the ground and to harvest. They need oil to transport that food around and get it in the grocery stores. They need it for their airplanes. They need it for the air conditioner. They need the oil to clean water. They need oil for everything. So with Iran winning the war and cutting off that oil supply 100%, that means America's lights will be turned off overnight, immediately. And all of this to come to a screeching halt, sisters and brothers. Yes, sir. Oh, I thought you was coming in. So we're stepping into unprecedented times, sisters and brothers, unprecedented trouble. And there will not be any food here soon. Like they were saying on the news, by the time it's realized, it's really be too late, because it won't, America's not going to really comprehend the gravity, the weight of this situation until it's harvest time, and there is nothing to harvest.
What's taking place is the acceptance to what's taking place. They're not accepting what's actually happening. They're overlooking what reality is sharing. They're thinking that, oh, we got it, because America thinks, they're not going to be affected by the energy shortage, because parts of America are receiving energy from someone else, and it's not even the facts. I mean, it's not even the truth, the total truth, but that's what they're telling themselves, and they don't understand, or well, they're not looking at what the conditions are going to be, because they think they have it figured out. However, they can't, something to prepare for it, how much you have and how fast you will run through it. I know if you go to the store, you go in your stores and you see plenty of food made. You see expiration dates on them. Where's that food going? So the waste, it's not all the things that America do, they do it, they're used to doing it. So they're not counting the waste and how much the resources that they have fall into the waste category. So when you're not trying to catch the waste, you're not adding that up, you're gonna look around and you're going on as normal, but everything is never, as everything is far short. All your overhead or your product, you have very way less, but you're continuing at the same pace, and your waste is at the same pace when you don't have as much you don't have as much in stock, and what's coming, you don't have that, you don't have no restock coming, but you're still moving in the same pace. So when you finally come to a head, you so far behind, you done wasted so much, you till it's going to be catastrophic once they turn and figure out that wait, we done ran through, or Americans done ran through, a lot more than because their normal motion,
Right.
is a lot of waste.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, a lot of having, because they are so used to, well, we have it all. So they in their mind, they don't understand, it's not going to hit them until it's right in their face and everyone is dealing with it.
Right. That's a great point you made, brother. You're sharing that they have totally miscalculated this situation. They have miscalculated it, and by the time they realize, it's going to be too late. America is one of the most wasteful countries on the planet. They have been, they're in their season, because we're actually in a transition from the winter into the spring season. And in the wintertime, they were just taking and, wasting and having as much as they wanted, even more than their share, taking from every nation, taking food, had all these, it's coming out that America's topsoil is not what you may have thought it was. America is damn near a barren land. However, they're still moving as if the winter season is not quickly fading away. So once the spring season comes in, it'd be a complete shock for them. Not for us, because we're here reflecting this light, letting you know in advance. And the whole thing about the economic collapse, the other side of that, sisters and brothers, that we have been promised our own economics. We have our own land. We have a door out of America's destruction. So this economic collapse is actually good for us, sisters and brothers, because we have to let go of this entire reality so that we can accept and move and fulfill our vision, which is the Abrahamic covenant. They don't have a door out. This is it for them. So they will be, resorting to cannibalism, and they also plan to attack us. They're planning a cannibal attack on us. That's why they have us still in the U.S. Constitution classified as 3/5 human. So they have us classified as animals, which is a source of food during the time period of famine. So that's another miscalculation on their end, because they won't be successful. And that's a weapon formed against us. It will not prosper, sisters and brothers. However, I wanted to identify that there's two sides to this economic collapse. It's great for us, and it's dreadful for them, because they will not be getting any food, period, once this takes place. That's it for them. They will be eating each other. However, for us, we will eat, we will drink, we will rejoice, we will be happy. So that lets you know right there that we achieved victory during this this battle, during this war period. We will be successful. So, yes, sir.
I want to say, as you said it exactly right. However, sisters and brothers, we are going to be affected by what we're witnessing. We will be affected by the economic collapse, because the system, this thinking, this world as that we're living in, is going to collapse in our face.
Right.
This world that we're living in is going to be snatched up off and up under our feet. So yes, you're going to know that you can't go buy gas,
Right.
that you can't do. We're going to feel that. You're going to know that all hell is broke loose. You can't go in the store to buy nothing, and if you did, you might get trampled, or you might get robbed and killed trying to get it in your car or trying to get home. So we're going, as the sister said, to be successful. However, we will experience this collapse. We're going to live through it. So we're going to physically see this. That's why it's being shared with you in advance that this is what's coming. That's why they're sharing. Oh, you should prepare for this. And if you're thinking, oh, that's not going to happen, prepare anyway. Responsible thinking person will prepare for what might happen or what can happen. Let's say it like that. We know from the scripture this is what is going to happen, but even if you don't think it's going to happen, it's best to prepare, because when it happens, or if you're thinking, and if it does happen and you're not prepared, then you and yours still are going to suffer because you're not prepared. You didn't listen. You said it wasn't going to happen, and you didn't prepare for what was being shared with you, so you overlooked it. And then you think that you can make do or do something when it's already, once the effect is vivid or right in your face, it's absolutely happening, or it's live and direct. And then you want to get into action. Oh, you're too late. It's matter of fact, the prices are going higher, so you're gonna have to spend more. And that's why, as shared, sisters and brothers, prepare. Get yourself, in any case, at least 30 days worth of food, at least 30 days worth of water, a flashlight, prepare yourself for what is being shared with you. Some blatantly, some is coming directly out if you're looking, but many of our people are in the blind, are not being shared this. They're not coming on the news telling you to prepare. You have to be looking and searching for the truth that is being shared, that is being told of what's really taking place. Now you're looking at the news, they're not telling you the truth. They're not going to tell you, well, you need to stock up, because no. They don't tell you. They tell you to keep moving in your regular routine up until all hell breaks loose, and then you're stuck trying to make something out of nothing. And you've been told far in advance to prepare for what's coming. Have these, just a few essentials. And for those that does, and things, and it does happen, and then you're prepared for it. But if you just overlook it and it comes to pass like it's being shared with you, and you was too cocky, too bullheaded, or too, it's not, you what's that? Discarded it. Sisters and brothers, the truth is being shared with you of what is coming to America, to the world. This ain't just, they're not just sharing that this is 50% of the world's. That's not America, 50%. No, of the world, that's nations. When they start speaking, they say India, Africa. They label a whole continent, whole countries that got billions of people. So it's a shortage there. It's a shortage in these other countries already. So they're letting us know that, there's going to be a shortage in all throughout the world. So what you think you're getting from this country, that country, they're short. So how you think you're going to get anything from them? You're going to be passing. No one's going to be passing things from their country. You have to pay attention, because in 2025, China stopped sending out certain things, certain items from their country. They storing it because they start looking ahead. They have seen, oh, wait a minute. And what this war, what is happening, what the backlash going to be. This is not nothing new, sisters and brothers. They shared that this is a cycle of what each war has put on, and what the outcome has been, and who the people it affects the most. In every war, who is affected the most here in America? Pretty much across the world. Who was affected the most? Africa. And America is the original black man and woman. You already know the other original countries, Haiti and things like, they suffer from lack of food and resources on a norm. So when it's a lack, so it's going to affect us. It's going to affect us even more. So, sisters and brothers, saying that is to pay attention. Don't be bullheaded. Put something up. Get yourself 30 days worth of food, 30 days worth of water.
That does not need to be cooked.
That doesn't need, no. So you got some bottled water, you got some things put up so that you can at least put something in your stomach for 30 days. Because it's a precautionary.
Yes, sir. Have it in your car, ready to go, sisters and brothers.
You got to be ready to move.
At any moment. So the whole point that we are identifying is we want to be proactive instead of reactive. So that's what the whole situation of preparing is about. Proactive, so that we can, lessen the uncomfortability that we're about to experience. It's going to be uncomfortable, sisters and brothers. However, we want to manage that as much as we can. So that's why we're preparing. So
you don't want to be moving and doing this, but your stomach is growling. This you can have you some food.
Right.
If it's chips or your whatever and dip and your mangoes or
Cans of sardines.
canned sardines or whatever, whatever it is, your stomach ain't growling. You got something to drink, something to put in your stomach, something that you can move off of.
Yes, sir. We have to get to the safety point. We have to get to the point where the food is gonna be at for us. So that's a transition period.
Exactly.
And we want to have our children as, comfortable as possible in that transition period. And as like Brother Malik said, sustain ourselves so we can even have the energy to get through it. So, yes, sir. Would you like to add anything else?
Oh, no, we can go move on. I don't know where you.
Well, that brings this segment right here to a close. And then we'll be back with more. And thank you for having us, sisters and brothers. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters and brothers. It's your brother Elahu Ramadan with that information for the original nation held captive in the North American wilderness, brothers and sisters, under that gravitational vortex, under that cruel punishment as stated in Genesis 15:12, that horror, brothers and sisters, of great darkness. That horror of great darkness, brothers and sisters. We wasn't receiving no lights. We fell into a horror of great darkness under the, under the law, under the authority of those who were sent to a penal colony, a prison, under the authority, brothers and sisters, of those who were sent to a prison, who were taken out of the prison of the land that they was in, the country they was in. They broke the law. They were sent to a penal colony that was later, after they didn't congregated together, established, broke away from of those who sent them there, and established a constitution, and then called themselves, gave themselves a name, America, a prison camp of prisoners, rapists, murderers, thieves, con artists, pedophiles. They came together and established what they called a constitution, a republican, and then they called themselves America, a government. They were criminals. And then in Genesis 15:12, the original black man, black woman, and black child fell under their authority. We fell under their authority. Genesis 15:12, brothers and sisters, under that vision of Abram, our father, because we was his descendants, his seed. No, not his descendants, his seed, brothers and sisters. Anybody can be a descendant. His seed, SEED, the original black man, black woman, and black child fell under the authority of some criminals. Criminals, brothers and sisters, that was supposed to not teach us good, because the deal of the Adamites was they was to commit mischief and shed blood. So who can fulfill that more better? Some great, good, godly people, or some damn criminals, brothers and sisters? Come on. 400 years ago, 1669 is when our prison sentence started. But in 1555, that's when we fell into that penal, the prison of the criminals who got together and created a so-called constitution that was not beneficial to us. They were criminals, pedophiles, rapers, murderers, thieves. So they needed somebody that can build and had schools, had knowledge, had education, had mathematics, brothers and sisters. That's the original black man, black woman, and black child who came and submitted to the Adamites because we were suffering from energy deprivation. But anyway, brothers and sisters, that's our beginning. Genesis 15:12. Genesis 15:12. A whole of great darkness. And our sojourning was going to be in a land that was not ours. It was not ours, brothers and sisters. We owned the whole damn planet. It was not ours because we lived in a land that was the best part of the planet Earth. We called it Arabia. That's where the war right now is taking place, in Arabia. In the Bible, it's called the war in heaven. When we heard that, we thought somewhere up in the air. But it's one that is among us, from the tribe of Judah, the root of David, Solomon, the son of man, the wisest man on the planet today. And the reason why he's wise, because he went into Revelation 5. It's simple, brothers and sisters. It's simple when you look at it and hear it and understand it. It's breaking news to the original black man and black woman. And that which we produced, the black child, held captive in the North American wilderness, brothers and sisters, because our sojourning was only going to be for a certain length of time, 400 years. And then, in that same day, Genesis 15:18, God made a covenant with Abram. Said, unto thy seed, for that 400 years, you're going to get a reward. You're going to get a heaven. You're going to get some land. The land that you was once on. Your father, Abraham. Come on, brothers and sisters. The Son of Man, the one from the tribe of Judah, the root of David, had went into Revelation 5. Read it. Revelation 5:1, and keep reading till you see and understand what time it is. It's not time for us to be on our damn knees. And he has revealed the Injil, a key to unlock that change, to unlock that hole of great darkness that we received for 400 years. And that nightmare, not our vision, the vision of the Adamites, the vision of the prisoners in the penal colony that was sent in from the dungeons and the jails of Britain, out of the side of Adam, the first superpower, God, Britain, Adam, came Eve. And Eve got sent to the prison that they gathered together and made that prison the United States of America. And the one who made that prison the most powerful second nation in the world. Britain was the first, the only one that can sanctions other nations. And out of the side of Eve came that penal colony, them prisoners, the one that we felt up into, the one that called us niggers, coons, and jungle bunnies, tall babies. Brothers and sisters. So it took some prisoners out of Britain, out of the side, out of the dungeon, out of the jails, sent to the penal colony to create America. And we came into under their authority. We wasn't no niggers, coons, and jungle bunnies when we got here. Somebody made us that. We didn't make ourselves that. So we're not a product of that. I mean, we're not the ones who manufacture that. We have become the product of that. Because they took the knowledge that we had in 1555, 1619, 64 years to take us from the knowledge what we had, mathematics. We was doing things from where we came from. We knew things. And they needed not a dumb slave who didn't know nothing to bring them from riding damn horses and wagons to flying airplanes, trains, cars, buses. We brought this into existence, brothers and sisters. We are the manufacturers of the most richest, powerful army in the world today. And like they went to war to break from Britain with that tea in the Boston Harbor, so many tons. And Britain sanctioned them. Britain came over with their military and they went to war, the Revolutionary War. And America was able to break away from Britain. And now they the number one superpower. But they over in our land that we call heaven, the most precious land in the world, they call it the Middle East. And everybody on the planet is paying attention to that. Everybody on the planet, brothers and sisters, is paying attention to the war in heaven. They call it the war in the Middle East. But that war is for the identity, the true identity of the seed of Abram. And they said we was cursed black, doomed to be a slave for eternity. But in Revelation 15:12, it said it was going to leave 400 years. And you can live as a slave eternity if you go for the brainwash that you've been implemented for 400 years under the religion they got, Christianity, that they was going to commit mischief and shed blood, and that we was under for 400 years, and these some damn prisoners who called us niggas, coons, and jungle bunnies. Now we didn't implement it. We didn't took on their characteristics. But the 400 years is over, brothers and sisters. We got a reward. Genesis 15:18. But they've been controlling our thinking for 400 years. They've been benefiting off of our creative mind for 400 years. They've been programming us not to see that we had a release date. They've been programming us to say that we had to hope that Jesus was going to save us. And in 1945, they painted them the color of them, perpetrating a fraud. That criminal with the book in his hand, he perpetrating a fraud. And he like, damn, well, I don't have to do this no more. Let me create a theologian school. And I'll have them doing my job. I'll have them doing my jobs. So now you got preachers that you go see at church on Sunday, male and female, and they preaching the sealed Bible. They preaching that was started, that we got implemented in for the last 400 years. And now, when we go to church, that's we look like they look like us, brothers and sisters. But all of them ain't us. Because if that European, that prisoner from the penal colony that gathered together and came up with the government and called itself the United States of America and went to war with those who send them to the penal colony in order to break away, brothers and sisters, our time here is up. 1619, 2019. We just need that which the one from the tribe of Judah, the root of David, who went in the same book that Cave the Weller got. Revelation 5 lifted those 7 seals and now going to give us a new vision. We don't have to stay in that 400-year-old vision. We don't have to hope no more. We don't have to pray for Jesus, a dead man who been dead for 2,000 years, to come and save us. The same ship that picked us up was named the good ship Jesus. It didn't save us. It brought us to a penal colony that they call America, a prison that's ran by ex-convicts that got together and created a constitution that says the original black man, black woman, and black child was 3/5 of a damn man. That's their religion, their constitution, their vision, brothers and sisters. The 400 years that we had to go through that damn hell. A hell, brothers and sisters. A hell. You don't have to be afraid with that bullshit neck they preach to us that we gotta be under their control, under their authority. If not, they're gonna punish us and send us to hell. We've been in hell for 400 damn years. We've been in hell, brothers and sisters, but we got a release date. It's called the Injil and the Son of Man, Master Solomon, right here in 2026, brothers and sisters. The one from the tribe of Judah, the root of David. Read it in Revelation 5, brothers and sisters. Or get caught up. We ready to leave. We got a reward. We got a promised land. We got a birthright. And we got a new vision. That new vision is the Injil. And in that Injil key would unlock our mind of that which was implemented for 400 years. That judgment. We are the ones that's going to be implementing that judgment, brothers and sisters. That revenge, the original black man, black woman, and black child that we produce is going to be implementing that revenge. But in order to do that, brothers and sisters, we have to subscribe to the messenger of the covenant. We have to get that information that he has retrieved from Revelation 5 under them 7 seals, brothers and sisters. You see what I'm saying? He's self-educated. Self-educated. He said when he was going to school, he seen that the teacher was teaching from a book. Damn it, he said, I can go to the library, get a book, and teach myself whatever I want. If I want to know astronomy, mathematics, whatever he needed to know, he learned it from a library, from a book. All of us didn't do that, brothers and sisters. We stayed in school, started at 5 years old and stayed to the 12th grade if we stayed. I didn't. Of course, I didn't. My mother and father separated from Indianapolis, Indiana, and we came to California. I was 14. My daddy didn't die. My mom just left. But prior to that, from 10 years old to 14, I learned everything that my daddy was doing. On the weekends, in summer, when everybody else was doing whatever they was doing when they got out of school for them 3 months, I was working with my daddy, learning concrete. His friend was a bricklayer. I learned to be a brick tender. These were 38-year-old men. I was 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then we left. My mom took us with us. But anyway, brothers and sisters and brothers, our time is over here. Our vision of the American dream, we don't have to go through that nightmare no more. We've been fighting, going to school, trying to get a doctorate's degree, and it take 4 years, $15,000 per year, $45,000. 4 years later, we $45,000 in debt to get a damn education. And then we got to get a job. You see what I'm saying? Somebody got to hire you. They ain't got, what they used to call that, equal right, no, damn, I can't even think of, if you was black, they had to hire so many of you. They cut that out. No, that ain't going no more. So we had to struggle, brothers and sisters. struggle, causing all kind of different diseases because to fit into that so-called American dream, to try to live by that sealed Bible, be obedient to your master. He raped your woman, sodomized your daddy, was a pedophile to your children, hung, murdered, and killed. And he sent it through the post office. This is history without sanction. This is what they did. This is what they did. Whore of great darkness, brothers and sisters, but that shizneck is over. Your reward awaits us. Our reward awaits us. All we had to do is upload that Injil, and we can walk into heaven, brothers and sisters. And the most beautiful woman on the planet, the original woman, all beauty. If you see a beautiful flower, a beautiful sunset, a beautiful whatever beauty you see came from the original black woman, just like her man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth. Sister, the man, Solomon, the son of man, Joshua, is here. He's here. And he said if it wasn't for you, he wouldn't even took the damn job. But he took it. And now, that statue you see where we got our hands held high and the feet of the black goddess of the planet is on it, and we under the heaven, her womb, the black man has the seed, and the black goddess has the heaven that reproduce the X and Y chromosome. Brothers and sisters, we going back to heaven, and the black woman will be back on her throne, on top of the hands of the black God, the black man. Our time is here, brothers and sisters, but we must upload that Injil mind. Let's walk into heaven together. That Injil mind, that key to unlock that bullshizneck, that Injil mind that will bring us together in unity. And in unity, we'll have one thought. This is our planet. We control everything. The weather, the nature, everything, brothers and sisters. But we got to get out of the thinking of our enemy. We got to get out of the vision of the American dream. We got to let it go. It ain't worth what we ready to come into. Eternal rule. Infinity. Infinity, brothers and sisters. A circle of constant rule forever. And never will we go through this again. We already been through it. We know the antidote. And the antidote to get to that, brothers and sisters, is the Injil. Subscribe to the messenger of the covenant, the one from the tribe of Judah, the one from the root of David is here. It's here, brothers and sisters. And nobody, I don't give a damn who say what preacher, lying ass preacher. He went to the same damn school that devil that's standing over the black man with the chains, with that book, the sealed version. He go to the theologian school. He teaching that same shiznit. And you gotta pay for it. Just like you gotta pay to go into his damn habit. Dead. Frozen. You can't hear, see, taste, or nothing. And you think you're going to, he didn't trick your ass again. And right before you go, he didn't trick your people to pay some money to. Come on, man, subscribe to the messenger of the covenant. He's here right now today. Let's get that reward, that revenge. Let's walk into that heaven that's going to be the interior decorator is going to be the most beautiful woman on the planet. The black woman. All beauty came from her. I'm your brother Elihu Ramadan, and as I came before you, so should I leave you in the peaceful greetings of Assalamu Alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. It's Brother David Hodge.
Assalamu alaikum, sisters and brothers. I'm Fatima Hodge.
Welcome. All right, brothers and sisters. We're headed to a time of unprecedented trouble. A time like no other, and never will there be. A time of intense darkness. And during this time, it's going to be so dark that you're going to need, it's only going to be one light that's going to be able to guide you out of this darkness, which is the light of the Injil, which is the unsealed scriptures of Revelations, which is the last book, which is the last book of every Bible. That's where we are, brothers and sisters, in time. We're living out the scriptures. And we are in that time where your life, as you know it, is about to change forever. Your day-to-day activities and events and just normal life, right? It's about to change in the blink of an eye. Life, as you know, is not about to be the same. Because America is about to, the American dream is about to be over. It's about to be shut down. So there won't be any more going to concerts and smoking and drinking and eating all day and, doing what you want to do, watching TV, watching movies, going to the, like I said, kickback concerts, going to go see the World Cup. See? Won't be no more of the day-to-day life that you're used to. No more going on trips and vacations and kicking it and going to go get ice cream and go get funnel cakes and go to fairs. All that stuff is about to be over with, brothers and sisters. This reality is about to come to a screeching halt. And the thing is, No one. Everyone's going on with life as usual and don't realize that they're about to be affected. And the only people we truly care about is our people and how it's going to affect our people. You see? But the thing is, we're mixed up with all these individuals. We're mixed in with with these devils, these demons, which are physical people, physical individuals. And our people, they don't realize that they're separate from these individuals. So that's the issue. During this time, our people are going to be in danger. And they'll run right into the enemy. Because they don't know who their enemies are. They don't know they don't know that they have enemies. Which is going to be dangerous. Because during this time, we can only depend on one another. Us original black women and the black men and women of America. We can only depend on each other. Those who headed out of here. The ones who are willing to get out of here and get their right mind, and be on the first flight home out of here. We try to get out of here, brothers and sisters. We're not trying to stay here because we know how it's going to end. America's about to go up in smoke. It's about to be burnt down, consumed in fire. It's on fire, but it's about to collapse and burn down. So it does you no good to invest in America because it's about to go up in smoke. So I mean, anything you invest, including yourself, is going to go up in smoke as well. So there is no, what do you say? There is no hope for America or saving America because they are in the judgment, and that's what's headed. All these things about to take place here in America because of what they've done to us. Specifically, what they've done to us, and they have consequence built up from other things that they've done because they've exceeded their limits. That's what happens. That's what consequence. That's their consequence for doing certain things to individuals. On top of completely dehumanizing us past imaginable. 400 years of servitude and affliction. The affliction is the part that they leave out. It was a part 2. They only tell you that our experience was slavery. Well, that would have been good. That would have been great if it was just slavery. It'd be no problem. See? That's fine. Nothing wrong with slavery. You see? Working hard, being put under intense work scheduling, and having to work the field or do whatever master tell you to do, right? That's fine. You see? Master feeds you, and if he feeds you right and make sure he nurture you and, make sure he take care of you so you can get up and work again. You see? That's nothing wrong with that. You see? Give you a nice place to stay, give you some clothes, some nice clothes. You see? Take care of you, right? But you got to be a slave to him. But that ain't how the story went. That's not how it went. They was raping, murdering. They was sodomizing us. They was castrating us, disemboweling us. They was dismantling us. They was hanging us, burning us. They was cutting us off. They was cutting us while we was alive, cutting on us, experimenting on us without anesthesia. They were whipping and beating you to death. You see, you didn't get the rest. Wasn't no good. How you got a good pillow and you rest on a soft, nice, plushy area.
Good morning.
Right. Wasn't none of that. We were literally shackled and chained up, and we were confined to small spaces like shelter, like little sheds, and we had to sleep on top of one another. And on top of that, you had to use the restroom, right? So guess what they made you do? They made you urinate and defecate on one another. That's what they was doing. And like I said, you didn't get much sleep. An hour at best, right? You was working 23 to 24 hours a day. That's what they let you sleep. You see? Most of our people, we didn't make it to a certain age. We didn't probably make it to 30. They worked you so hard and they beat you and was doing all these things to you, terrorizing and torturing you, making you miserable 24/7, 365, relentlessly. And they was raping our women relentlessly. That they produced their own black-faced children from the rape of the black woman, which now half of the blacks here in America are demons. So yeah, we got all these 34 million blacks in America, but half of them is Master's children. And the craziest part is, Master don't even claim them. He had these children and blamed them and threw them on top of us, threw us in the dish and threw them on top of us. Now we mixed up with them. You see? And they're doing damage to our people. Because it's hard to identify them because they look like us, but they're not us. You see? And they're the ones corrupting our communities. They're the ones who's causing the crime. They're the ones causing the hate. You see? Black on black crime, right? Well, it's not. It's demon on original crime, or it's demons on demon crime. You see? That's their black-faced children. They act like they devil daddies. See, but they give us the bad rep, because they look like us. So now they're our examples. They're our role models. They're here to interfere and to poison our name, our reputation. They're here to keep you within the programming, keep you misled, keep you confused, keep you pushing the American dream, keep the hope alive that maybe one day you could do it. You can get in Master's house. But the reason why they was in the house is because they was Master's children. You see? House Negroes. Because they were Master's children. He could depend on his children. They wouldn't let no nigga like you get in the house, feed their babies. You poison their babies. They wouldn't let you cook their food. You poison their ass. You'll find a way to slip something in their food. Right, Master think twice about that, won't he? So our experience was not some walk in the park, some damn what do you call that? Ice cream sundae. Wasn't sweet. Wasn't nothing sweet about our experience. But that's what they try to make it seem. Like we was jumping the broom, living up in Master's house. Master was feeding us good meals. Master was treating us good. Oh, we treating us real nice. You see? Oh, we was doing good. It was good when we was with Master. You see? That's what they want you to believe. That slavery wasn't bad. It was just everybody was slaves. What you niggas complaining about? That's because they don't tell you about the part two. The affliction. It was horror. Our experience was horror. Horror. You get it? That's the and they leave it out. Why do you think they leave it out? Go ahead, sister.
Exactly, sisters and brothers. Our true experience is horror. They call our experience a theory. I mean, it maybe could have, should have, would have happened, maybe. We know for a fact that these things took place, sisters and brothers. And they're just trying to hide who they truly are. Because if they were to expose exactly what they did to the black men and women of America, we would have nothing to do with them, sisters and brothers. Nothing. Which is why they keep our history under the rug, sisters and brothers. Never spoken of. Keep it as highlighted under the word slavery. We know that that is not all that our nation experienced, sisters and brothers. It tells you right here in Genesis the experience of the original nation, what it will be in this land, right? It tells us that know with surety that thy seed shall be sojourners in a land that is not theirs, and they shall serve them, which will be the slavery part that is identified, right? Then it shares that, and they shall afflict them. Now that part is the part that they leave out, the affliction of black men and women. They only highlight little bits and pieces of our affliction, just to, keep in your mind that, or give you a small idea of what was done to make you think that that was it, though, sisters and brothers. So I'm sure all of our people, when they think of black men and women of American experience, they think of hangings, lynchings, things of that nature, right? Or, them chasing us with dogs, things of that nature, right? That's not all that was done to our nation, sisters and brothers. They also highlight that, in movies, it wouldn't allow us to read, it wouldn't allow us to write. But that's not all, sisters and brothers. As Brother David highlighted, it was horror. So imagine what they do show, right? It was 10 times worse than that, sisters and brothers. 10 times worse than that. And they can't expose what they truly did to our nation, because then they'll be exposed as being wicked monsters, sisters and brothers. You wouldn't want anything to do with them. They need you, sisters and brothers. So they got to keep that image of them being good people, right? And they corrupted our nation with their children, wolves, in sheep's clothing. They look like sheeps, but they have voices of wolves. They speak like wolves. They can disguise themselves, but they look like sheep, right? But their conversation and the way that they act does not match that sheep description. And that's something that they can't hide. And they're corrupting our nation because they look like us. These are the role models that they give us to look up to. These are the people that's on your television. These are the people that sing in the music that you're listening to. These are the people that are acting in the movie that you're watching. These are the people that are performing on your social media as you scroll. These are the leaders. Martin Luther King. These are their demon children, black-faced children, and these are the only people we have to look up to. So we are acting like them. Right? On top of that, we're surrounded by them, so we're picking up on their thoughts, right? Wicked thoughts. We're doing wicked things. That's not who we are. We have to understand that that's not in us, brothers and brothers, which is why complete separation is the vision. Because once we separate, your true self will be exposed, sisters and brothers. And that's what they fear. Separation, sisters and brothers. They can't have us come together, separate from them. They got to keep us in this house. They got to keep us in their house. To keep corrupting our brains, to keep corrupting our minds, right? We got to stay around them, with them, in order to do that. So once we separate, we go back to who we are. It is not in us, sisters and brothers, it's on us. Because we're here, surrounded by these devils, surrounded by these demons, right? This is not who we truly are, sisters and brothers. Which is why they keep their vision, which is the American dream, pushing 24/7. And their vision is to destroy the black man and woman. Because without that going 24/7, that leaves space, that leaves gray area, right? For you to start to revert back to who you truly are, to how you truly think. So they have to keep this American dream running 24/7, where you have no breaks. So nothing has changed. You're still waking up at 6 a.m., working to long hours of the day, all the way to the end of the night, getting home late, waking back up, doing the same thing, isn't it, brother? Still going to the plantation. All you have now is a car to get there, right? But they're still controlling your life 24/7. Get them kids to school on time. If you don't have them there, police be at your door, right? So they're controlling your every single move, sister and brother. They're controlling what you're listening to. They're controlling what you're watching. Sisters and brothers, they are in control of that. And it's for a reason. Because they have to keep that control over you, sisters and brothers. They have to keep you beneath them, right? Because they understand that higher pressure defeats lower pressure, right? So they have to keep us that lower pressure consumers, right? Because that's exactly what we are, right? They've taken our jobs from us, giving them away, all the jobs that we qualified for, right? This is all a tactic to keep us down, sisters and brothers. But we qualified for them, right? But they gave them away to others, right? So now we don't have nothing. No jobs. All we have is flipping burgers, right? Mopping floors. Little things that don't really matter, right? This is the job that they give us, right? That we're able to get because it keeps us in that consumer mind, right? If you're not producing anything, right? And on top of that, they have robots in these positions now that are taking over those jobs, sisters and brothers. So this is all in the plans to get rid of you, because now once that's done, right, you no longer matter, right? You're in the way. We don't have to pay you anymore. We have these robots to do that job, right? It's all to destroy you, sisters and brothers. It's their plans from the beginning, sisters and brothers, to get rid of us. Get rid of that seed, sisters and brothers. They raped us, as Brother David expressed. They raped the woman. They raped us for a reason. They tried to commit genocide on our nation. They tried to wipe us out through rape, but it didn't work. Because half of the black nation today are original, still. We work with other nations. They wiped them out, right? It didn't work here. And that shows the strength of the black woman. Because that means she had to fight to keep our nation alive. Because we're the one that produces the children, right? So that shows that the black woman is a warrior, sisters and brothers. And they keep her on the rug as well. So we have to understand that the black woman is who kept our nation alive. And they will be honored. They are honored. Without the black woman, we would not be here today. Our nation would not be able to be here to fulfill the Abrahamic covenant, our vision. And just by us being here right now shows that that job was done, right? They did not conquer genocide on our nation. But the results are here still from them attempting to do so, which is their demon children. Right? Now, sisters and brothers, as Brother David highlighted as well, we are now in a time of judgment. Right? Soon, very soon, America is going to be destroyed, right? Nothing's going to be the same here anymore, as he expressed, right? Unprecedented trouble. That's what's coming here. Now we have to understand that this is a time of judgment, right? For all. Sisters and brothers. And in order to escape this hell that's about to come, you have to be able to keep up with the time, the discipline that's needed for the time that's coming, sisters and brothers. That is how we will, in fact, prosper during this time. Because like I shared, this is a judgment for all, right? And this is exactly why they made sure that we were in the condition that we're in today. So we wouldn't be prepared, right? For what's about to take place here with us, right? They try to get rid of as many of us as possible if they could, right? To Christianity. And their demon children pushing that constantly 24/7. Right? Churches, pastors. Got our people thinking that Their heaven is somewhere when they die. Hell is somewhere underground. Devils and demons or spooks and spirits. Sisters and brothers, this is the mindset they have our people thinking on, the level that they have us thinking on, right? Totally out of reality, sisters and brothers. So you have to understand how serious that is, because, sisters and brothers, we have to understand that we have to think reality, right? Sisters and brothers, and they have us outside of that. Thinking everything is spooks and spirits. Heaven is a place where you die. Hell is a place where you go when you die, if you're being bad or sinned or whatever the case may be, if you kill yourself, right? Which is why we're here, to put everything straight, sisters and brothers. Heaven is a place on earth, right? Hell is a place on earth, everybody. Devils are physical people. Demons are physical people. Angels are physical people, sisters and brothers. All these things are physical, right? They have you in the mindset that is not, but they are. Sisters and brothers, they are, in fact. And heaven is a place on earth. So you have to understand that. You have heaven. You're in heaven right now. You're in the devil's heaven, sisters and brothers. And the black man's hell is the devil's heaven. So where are you? In hell. This is hell. Here. In America, sisters and brothers, you're in hell. Hell's not a place where you go when you die. You're in hell, sisters and brothers. And this is their heaven. And we have to understand that their heaven is coming to an end. Their time is coming to an end. Like I shared, when the time of judgment, right? Their time is melting. Their reality is crumbling as we speak. And there's nothing that they can do to save it, sisters and brothers. Nothing. You can't stop how the universe works, sisters and brothers. Can't stop the seasons from coming in. And winter is coming to an end. And this is the worst winter that we've ever experienced, sisters and brothers. Right? Around all these cold people, this cold reality that you're living in, right? You have to understand that they thrive in the winter. The winter mind is their mind, right? Which is why this is their heaven, right? And we thrive in what? The spring. The spring, sisters and brothers. That is our heaven, right? This is why they fear global warming. Why? Think about these things, sisters and brothers. Why they fear global warming? Because that means that their reality is coming to an end. The winter is coming to an end, right? Things are warming up. They're doing all type of things to keep this reality cold, right? They're doing all type of things to do that. Chemtrails, all these things that they're putting out there to keep this reality going. It's all fake. There's a whole bunch of made up chemicals and things like that. Because they know that this is coming to an end. Right? Which is why they are turn this reality, they're attempting to turn this reality into a robotic reality, right? So they can survive, right? Inside a machine, inside of them brothers, putting their They can't even
Right.
put in their
Trying to transfer their consciousness to a
right,
robot.
into robots and things like that. Right. Because they know they cannot thrive in the spring, brother. It's not their reality. But this is the attempt to keep their reality going, sister and brother. It's not going to be successful. They cannot stop the spring from coming in. They cannot stop our rise. And that's another thing. That's mean that we're about to rise. The spring people. The spring people is coming in. Our heaven. Our time. And they know that's who you are, sister and brother. They're trying to get rid of you. Imagine this. Imagine this battle. Imagine this fight. And are they wrong? I mean, they're winter people. They're trying to stop the spring from coming in. They're trying to stay alive, right? So this is what they're doing to do so. Which is why we have to reach the level of beyond their, what am I trying to say?
The capability of thinking.
Their thinking, right?
Right.
Our thinking has to be above theirs. Our thinking level, isn't brother? Right? Because right now, we're not, right? But this is what they did to us to make sure of that. Our people are not reading. They don't even know how to read. Not writing. Sisters and brothers, don't even want to write. Don't even want to read. This is how bad the condition is of the spring people of our nation, right? We're in a bad condition, sisters and brothers. In order to escape what's about to take place and move forward, we have to come out of that. Well, imagine that battle. Imagine that fight.
Imagine that.
But the thing is that the reason why we cannot rise, we cannot focus is because they are distracting us, sisters and brothers, 24/7, like I shared. Which is why that God is going to get rid of that distraction. And that is going to be, sisters and brothers, the shock of the hour. The shock of the hour, sisters and brothers. Let's get back here. Shock of the hour. It said men's hearts will fail. Men's hearts fell in them for fear. For looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. So that means that the event hadn't happened yet, which is false Israel being destroyed. Right? What's so significant about false Israel? They've stolen our identity, sisters and brothers. That's what's significant about them.
Right.
And they're the God of this world, right? They're in control of everything. Like I shared that you're watching, listening to, sports, the school system, your job, sisters and brothers. They're in control of that. The American dream. Because they have stolen your identity, sisters and brothers. And they can never let you find that out, right? And this year, men's hearts will fail from fear, from things, for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. I mean, it hasn't happened yet. This event hasn't happened yet. And they realize that false Israel is about to be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? You can see the war happening right now, sisters and brothers. And eventually they're going to see that they're about to go down. And that's going to cause, sisters and brothers, you don't understand This is going to be a time like no other. Men's hearts failing them. People going to have heart attacks just from hearing about what's about to happen. Because, like I shared, this is going to be an abomination. Why? Because if they're God's people, then they should not be uprooted out of that land, right? And they should be in the land that it claimed that God's people will be in, right? That it tells you right here. In Genesis chapter 15, verse 18, it tells you that in that day, God made a covenant, which is God's sure word that he made with his people, that saying, unto thy seed have I given this land from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates. It's identifying a location, sisters and brothers. It's identifying a location. Arabia, sisters and brothers, Arabia, Saudi Arabia, right? That's our heaven. That's our promised land. But where are they? Are they in that land? They're not, sisters and brothers. So on top of that, they're going to be uprooted out of the land they are in, Palestine, right? And that's not supposed to happen. They're God's people, right? And it said that if those who curse God's people will be cursed, right? Those who bless them will be blessed, which is why the whole world is supporting false Israel. They think they're blessing God's people, right? But when they find out that they've been cursing God's people, which is us, sisters and brothers, what did it say? Men's heart will fail them from fear for what's to come, right? Right? Because they've been cursing God's people, sisters and brothers. And they said that you will surely be cursed, right? You'll be cursed. Meaning they're cursed, right? So what does a criminal do before his court date? Try to get rid of all the evidence of the crime so he's not convicted. And like I shared, that's their plan, to get rid of us, sisters and brothers.
They have a choice. They got to get rid of us. Like sister shared, they see false Israel about to go down. They can't happen. He said, like you said, it's abomination. It's not supposed to happen. They're not supposed to be removed. It's supposed to be the opposite day. God supposed to come save them, right? God supposed to fight with them, fight against them, fight with them against their enemies. But now the world's witnessing that God's against them and God's attacking them. And these God's chosen people, right? So what hope do they have if God's so-called chosen people are being destroyed by God? That means that they're phonies, they're fakes, because they're not to be uprooted. They weren't supposed to be uprooted or removed. That's an abomination. That's not supposed to happen. I mean that they weren't who they claimed to be. Then who the hell were they? That means that they were somebody else. Satan. That's what Revelation tells us. Revelation chapters 2 and 3, verse 9, both chapters tell you exactly who they are. It says, in the blasphemy are the ones saying Jews to be themselves, and not they are, but synagogue of the Satan. See? It says here, look, I am giving out of the synagogue of the Satan, of the ones saying themselves Jews to be, and not they are, but they are lying. You see? So the ones that's implying that they're, well, the ones who call themselves Jews, right? Because they're implying that they're from the tribe of Judah, which means that they're trying to say that they're original. You see, because we come from the tribe of Judah. The God comes from the tribe of Judah. The message of the covenant comes from the tribe of Judah. We are God's people. You see, but they're implying that they're from the tribe of Judah. But they don't even call themselves Judah. They call themselves Jews, which is slang. It's a term that they use as slang for Judah. But it says those who call themselves Jews, they're lying. And the blasphemy, which is a lie, are the ones saying Jews be themselves, and not they are, but Satan. So once this scenario kicks off and they're about to be destroyed, and when they are destroyed, it'll be made manifest to the world that there's Satan, and they was blessing Satan. They was God. They was wholly against God. You see, and now everybody realized that they're in trouble. It said, like I said, men's hearts will be failing them. It said millions of men's hearts will be failing them. Heart attacks worldwide from fear of what's to come. The expectation, like you said, it ain't happened. Just the idea of what's going to happen from what they're seeing taking place. They see what's going on over there. It's coming here, but way worse than anything you can imagine. So when they see them over there, starving and being blown up, being killed, being tormented, going through the suffering they're about to go through, which is going to be tremendous. When they see all that happening over there, and the tables have turned, backfire, everything backfire. That's what it said. All things will fail. And hear what they say and they do. I mean, that they was committing, they was doing the abomination of desolation. Now it's their desolation, which is going to be a gratifying, well-deserving desolation. You see, it's going to be great, and it's going to be so bad. It's going to be worse than any world wars, any Great Depressions, severe recessions. It's going to be worse than any Holocaust, any massacres, any anything that you know of. It's way worse than anything you can imagine. But it's going to be worse than our own experience. That's terrible. But worse than our own experience ain't nothing in the world being worse than our own experience. That's the worst thing that has ever happened in human history. You mean tell me it's going to be worse than that? You said children be gray-headed. We ain't ever seen that. You know how much stress a child had to be under to be gray-headed? I mean, it have to be under intense pressure. That's what I said. The time of unprecedented trouble. It said, time like no other, never would it be an intense time of darkness. Complete darkness. No light for the enemy. But we have light. You see? But it's lights out for them completely. You see? It said, without a ray of hope or joy, dark. You see, you run from this, they run into that. You run from that, they run into this. You said no hope. You see? It said complete bad news, a domino effect of terrible things to come, where strange things going to happen. Said there won't be any reinsurance. It'll be complete. It'll be no certainty. Everything that you know, there will never be any. There's no restoring this thing. It said it'd be bad news. It's raining down. You see? That's what's coming here to America. Plagues. You see? A bunch of things that's not going to be, you're not going to be able to reverse these things. It's over with. This bed has been made. And that's why we tell our people don't. You must know, you must be able to identify your enemies, or you are your own enemy. Because if you thinking that these people are your friends, that we're one humanity, and we're all just people, well, you're gonna go down with the enemy. You see? Because it's like when if you with somebody, they committed a crime, and you with them, guess what happened to you? You go down with them for association. That's why we're trying to explain to you. That's why you got to be able to know who they are, so you don't mix up with them. That means you suffer the same consequence, and that's what they want. Like you said, they've been trying to destroy you, and they're about to make it very clear in a minute that they're going to destroy you. But their last desperate attempt is to reach out from their grave, to take you with them, and they'll do anything to do that. And keeping you confused and misled is part of their plan. You see? And you eliminate yourself from not understanding who they are, from lack of knowledge of your enemies. Because during this time, it's going to be a famine. You understand what that means? No food, no water, no resources, no oil, no gas, no electricity. It's going to be cold. With no electricity, won't be no heating in the dead of winter. You see, no energy for heating in the dead of winter. People freezing to death. Cold as hell with no food. People can't even imagine that because they eat all damn day, eat all around the clock, 24/7, 365, all year round. And if a person did take a break, that's the last time they did that. No food. You understand? So imagine when there's no food. Imagine when there's no food. Whoa. That's a reality check. That's serious. You need food. You need food to sustain yourself. And when there's no food, what do people do? They get desperate. They start doing things that they ain't never thought they were gonna do. They resort to cannibalism. People start eating each other. So think about it, brothers and sisters. What does that put you at? So they got you believing that they're your friend. They knock you right over the damn head and haul you up and cut you up and put you on their damn dinner table. Why do you think they put you as 3/5 of a human in their constitution? Well, once this happened, like I just said, they know what the hell's going on. They know what's going on. They use the scripture as their guidance.
And that's what it is.
Exactly. It's their guidance.
That is past tense.
Right. You tell you, but they know what's going on because they know it's future. They know they're living it out. So they paying attention. So, like you said, when this day come, they prepare for this day because they read the scripture. Yeah. So they put you as 3/5 of a human, a person. People get technical with it for a reason. For when this day come, they'll have food, and they classify you as an animal to justify them eating your ass. Excuse my language, brothers and sisters, but that's what it is. And that's what's gonna happen. That's why I say it's dark. The depths of your enemies. You don't even know. You ain't never thought. You can't think like them. That's why you see them good old horror films and all these movies. And man, that's just them acting. It's gonna be way worse than anything you ever seen them put together. You can't even fathom it. It's unimaginable. They gonna when they snap into it, you understand? They don't even realize how much wicked and sick they are.
And unprecedented. Time like no other. So they're going to see themselves in a light that they never seen themselves.
Right.
But
they ain't never seen it.
It's going to be who they are.
Well, they'll snap right into it.
Brother. Right.
And they're going to feel the best they ever felt in their whole life. Even during this most terrible time, they're going to be the freest they've ever been. Because they're being other than themselves as well. You see? Everybody's being other than themselves. They're not being true devils. You see? And we're not being like we are. Because when we separate, let's just say, when they separate, can't have that. Right. It's going to turn them straight to monsters. Beasts. He said we mended the beast's heart. So us being amongst them is making them good people. Because that's who we are. And like you said, we doing all this stuff. We doing all these things, these wicked things, because of them. You see? That's why I said complete separation. We get away from them. So we can, just like I said, it's not in you, it's on you. You see?
Imagine that. Excuse me, sisters and brothers. Give me one moment. All right, sisters and brothers, excuse me. Imagine the wrath of the black man and woman when they find out that they've been lied to, right? Deceived. Sisters and brothers. Like it's just going to be unprecedented time, a time like no other. They've been lied to. A beacon light is supposed to be, the light's supposed to be beacon for them in the time of darkness. Are their enemies, demons, pastors and preachers, Farrakhan, all these people who are supposed to be beacon lights for our people, telling them about the Abrahamic covenant, our vision, preparing us for the times.
Right.
They're all your enemies, and they've been leading you to death. Just imagine the wrath of those people when they find out that they've been led astray. Sisters and brothers, they've done things under the cross, under the Christianity.
Right. Under the label and bed of the cross.
Thinking they're doing good things, right?
Right. So they think they made good manufacturing.
And they find out that was all a lie, sisters and brothers. And now they're going to be destroyed, sisters and brothers. Because it's too late. Right? He said, I wouldn't want to be in their shoes if they were made from gold, right? Wouldn't want to be in them pastors and preachers' shoes, sisters and brothers, Farrakhan shoes, none of them. And they're made out of gold, sisters and brothers. During this time. Unprecedented time, sisters and brothers. Consequence, people are about to reap what they've sown, right? Sisters and brothers. The wrath of the black man and woman during this time, sisters and brothers. We've been deceived. Our people have been misled. It's our people perish due to lack of knowledge. And they're making sure that you lack that knowledge, right? Claiming to be beacon lights for you, guiding for you. They're lying, sisters and brothers. Deceiving you. Telling you not going anywhere. And that's a major red flag, sisters and brothers, for you to understand during this time, because there's going to be two groups of blacks that's going to unite right here in America, right? The original, which is us, sisters and brothers, you got the demons that's going to unite, right? And they're going to unite under the fact that America, they're going to take over America, right? They're not going anywhere, right? That's going to be the mindset of the enemy. Your vision is the Abrahamic covenant, sisters and brothers. 100% separation, complete separation, sisters and brothers. That is the identification. The green flag of what you need to be listening to. That's the lyric that you need to follow. The Abrahamic covenant. Right? That's your vision, sisters and brothers. And that red flag is, we're not going anywhere. We're staying here, taking over America. 6 states. That is a red flag, sisters and brothers. Those are your enemies. And they're going to unite during this time, sisters and brothers. So you're going to have to go to the right side, right? And this is your vision, sisters and brothers. This light, we are the true beacon lights for you. Telling you your vision, telling you who your enemies are, sisters and brothers. That is what those beacon lights are supposed to be teaching you, right? But that's not what they're doing. They're robbing you, sisters and brothers. Taking all your money from you, lying to you, charging you for what's yours. This is a free gift. That's another red flag, sisters and brothers. This is a free gift. Because it's yours. You earned it. You deserve it, sisters and brothers. You went through, sisters and brothers, this is what you were promised. The God promised. His sure word he made to his people. This is your reward for suffering here in hell. Right? And they're charging you to tell you about these things, but they're not even telling you about it. That's even worse. Sisters and brothers, your vision is the Abrahamic covenant, sisters and brothers. And we have to understand that we will eat. We will have food, but they won't. They're going to starve. No hope, sisters and brothers. So you don't want to be here. But the thing is that we have to, our nation has to see this. Right? In full HD, which is why we have to stay behind and go through the tribulations, right? Because this tribulation is this is what's going to really change your mind, sister and brother. Because you don't understand, right? We can tell you all day, and we don't even understand, sisters and brothers. We understand to what we're telling you, but I'm saying this is a time like unprecedented time, so no one has ever experienced this, right? Is what I'm trying to express. So nobody, we can only give you examples. We can only give you what the scriptures are telling us, right? He said that men will eat their own flesh. This is where you get that cannibalism from, their sons and daughters, right? So we're giving you what the scriptures are telling us, sisters and brothers, because this is a time like no other. One will eat her own placenta, her own baby, give birth in silence, sisters and brothers. It said they will cause them to eat the flesh of their own sons, the flesh of their own daughters. Everyone shall eat the flesh of their friend in the seas, sisters and brothers. So this is giving you an idea, telling us what to tell our people, right? So like I said, we've never experienced this, none of us. Not in this time, right? We've never experienced. We don't understand what these devils has done to us, but we're about to see it, right? Which is important, so we can, because it's going to take that. It's going to take that, because right now you don't see them as being bad people, right? But you're going to see them in their full, true light when this event takes place, sisters and brothers. Because they're going to be attacking all blacks, sisters and brothers. On top of them showing you who they truly are, sisters and brothers. So our nation going to need a great shaking, and this is going to be that shaking, sisters and brothers. It's going to get us to the level of wanting to get the hell out of here, sisters and brothers. Right? Because right now you're comfortable, right? You think everything's okay, but it's not. Which is why this is important. So you can see this. We need to see this, right? It says experience is the best teacher, right? So we need to experience this. We have to understand that during this time, no weapon formed against us will prosper. We have to understand that all their weapons, they're going to fail because their reality is coming to an end. And all these weapons are winter weapons, right? And what we got? The spring weapons, sisters and brothers. We don't need guns, knives, bombs, right? Because through us, our unity, us coming together as one body through our discipline, we control the atmosphere. You understand that? We control the weather. Our nation, sisters and brothers. And the weather is worse than an atomic bomb, sisters and brothers. A gun, a knife. And this is the weapons of the spring, right? So all their weapons will fail and they will not prosper, right? Because they're all winter weapons, right? On top of us coming together, our unity, that's going to be our protection, sisters and brothers. Understand that we're one body. One body. One fails, we all fail. That's where the power lies, that unity. Us understanding we're one body. And once we get to that understanding, get to that point, we will have to now get our minds back. And our minds is at Injil, right? And that's the map that you're going to need to get out of here. These books, these 3 books, Revelations, sisters and brothers. You're going to have to upload them, understand them, right? Understand the Injil because that is your mind. And without applying those 5 mathematical rules, you won't even be able to upload that mind, right? That you need. So this all comes together, and this is the mind that the level of thinking that the angel will give us will bring us to the level of thinking that we need to be on to come into our heaven, right? To the next reality, into the spring. Sisters and brothers, if Brother David don't have anything to say.
Amen.
All right, with that, we'll be back with more. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters and brothers. It's your brother Amir Yusuf, and I'm here to reflect the light onto you, original black man and original black woman, about the war in heaven. See, the outcome to the war in heaven will bring disaster right here to America, brothers and sisters. And are we ready for that disaster that is coming right here to America? Are we aware of that disaster that is coming right here to America? That's why I'm here to reflect that light onto you, original black man and original black woman, because it's time to wake the hell up. It's time to wake up from that sleep, which is the deep sleep that America has us under, which is labeled under that American dream, brothers and sisters. Yes, they have us sleeping in a dream that has us distracted, meaning that dream has us dead to the knowledge of self. We don't know who the hell we are, brothers and sisters. We don't seem to understand that we are the true seed of Abraham, that we have a birthright, which is our reward for going through the Holocaust, which is revealed in Genesis chapter 15, verse 12 through 17, which was a damn nightmare to the original black man and original black woman right here in the Northern American wilderness, as we are held captive here in America, brothers and sisters. And we don't seem to realize that either. See, America has us caught up in the American dream, which has us distracted from what is taking place in our day-to-day reality. And these distractions are tearing us apart, brothers and sisters. Yes, the American dream has our nation divided as a people. It has us confused. It has us amused, as the American dream is using and abusing us on a day-to-day basis. It has us caught up in the capitalist system, which does not work in our favor, which works in the favor of these damn devils. See, slavery by definition is capitalism, brothers and sisters, which is maximum profit for America and these damn devils and minimal overhead for us. And by us, I'm referring to the original black man and original black woman right here in the Northern American wilderness. And we are the true seed of Abraham. That's what we have to realize, brothers and sisters. But we seem to not realize that because we're caught up in the American dream, which is the gravitational vortex. Because these devils, they want us to beat ourselves, to use and abuse ourselves, as they have a force over us doing this to us. And that force that they have over us is how they control us. They have control of our minds, brothers and sisters, meaning they have mind control over us. Because these devils, they have gave us their minds. They want us to think the way that they think, brothers and sisters. They want us to go against our nature. So we have to understand that the outcome to the war in heaven, which is located in the Middle East, will bring disaster here to America. And that disaster is revealed in Luke chapter 21, verse 26, which reveals in verse 26, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. See, brothers and sisters, Luke chapter 21, verse 26 reveals that many men will be having heart attacks. Their hearts will be failing. They will be having seizures. They will be going crazy. They will not believe what is taking place right before their very eyes, due to the fact that the American dream will soon be canceled and be destroyed, due to a fact that a new reality is coming in place, brothers and sisters. And that new reality that is coming in is our reality. And by our reality, I'm referring to the original black man and original black woman right here in the Northern American wilderness, as we are held captive here in a land that is not ours, with a mind that is not ours, brothers and sisters. As I told you, these devils, they gave us their minds. So we're thinking like them, brothers and sisters. We're acting like them. We're doing things the way that they do them. Meaning we have totally lost our damn minds, brothers and sisters. So I'm here to reflect that light onto you so you can understand why you have lost your mind. And now that I'm here to reflect that light onto you, brothers and sisters, you have an opportunity to gain your mind back. Yes, you have an opportunity. Because when an issue arises, that gives you an opportunity to fix it. And that opportunity is at hand, brothers and sisters, right now. Because you don't want to have your hand over your heart due to the outcome of the war that is taking place currently, right now, in real time, in heaven, which is located in the Middle East. Because that war in heaven, which is located in the Middle East, it will send shockwaves right here to the Northern American wilderness, brothers and sisters. And those shockwaves will lead to unprecedented times right here in America. And those unprecedented times will lead to insurrection here in America. That insurrection will lead to a famine. And that famine will lead to a cannibalism, brothers and sisters. Yes, a cannibalism. As these devils have us labeled as 3/5 of a human in their constitution. Meaning we're going to be the food on the shelves for these devils when there is no longer no food on the shelves for these devils to eat. Because these devils, they don't have no damn discipline at all. They eat 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 to 10 meals a day. They be snacking all day. They lack discipline. They may have heard about fasting, but they don't fast at all. They don't work out. And as I stated, no discipline. As their nature goes to show, they are not disciplined, and they don't have no love for you, brothers and sisters, at all. So we have to understand, men's hearts will be failing them for fear, just by anticipating what's coming here to America due to the outcome of the war that is currently taking place in real time right now in heaven. And heaven is located in the Middle East, brothers and sisters. And see, that outcome will affect America in a huge way, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes. And there's nothing no one could do about it. There's not going to be any room for America to repent, to make it right. There's not going to be no forgiveness. None of those things, brothers and sisters. The unprecedented times are coming. And they're coming fast, brothers and sisters. So we need to be on the lookout. We need to stay security minded at all times, brothers and sisters. If we're caught up in the American dream, working for these devils, loving these damn devils, doing for these devils, producing for these devils, it's time to get our minds right, brothers and sisters. Because the people without a vision, they will perish. And that's what these devils want. They want us to perish, brothers and sisters. And they want us to do it to ourselves, as they have a force over us, making us do it to ourselves. And that force that they have over us is mind control, meaning they are attacking our minds, meaning they are dealing with us from every elevated place, brothers and sisters, as they are looking down upon us, and we are looking up to them for everything that we need, knowing that we can do for ourselves, that we can think for ourselves. It's up to us, brothers and sisters. And one thing we do have to realize is that the war is on. As Michael and his angels go to war with the dragon and his angels, the war is currently underway, brothers and sisters. And we are at the final stages of the war, not the beginning of the war. We're not even in the middle. We're at the end of this war, brothers and sisters. And the pot is boiling. And it's boiling hot, brothers and sisters. You can see the bubbles right before your very eyes. So that's why I'm here to reflect that light onto you, original black man and original black woman, because it's time to wake the hell up. Because most of our brothers and sisters, they know about these damn devils because they seen these devils back in the day through the nightmare that we endured. And that nightmare we label as the Holocaust, brothers and sisters, because we went through the Holocaust. Because we are our ancestors, and our ancestors, they are us. That's how we arrived here. We arrived here through the seed of our ancestors, brothers and sisters, through the wombs of our ancestors. That's how we got here. So we are aware of who these damn devils are and what they're capable of. We just tend to ignore it. And see, by ignoring the facts, brothers and sisters, we're going to be caught up in the traps. And see, these devils, they have many traps already set in place to destroy our nation, brothers and sisters. And these devils, they don't want us to be aware of the fact that we have a vision. And our vision is the fulfillment of the Abrahamic covenant, which we are currently fulfilling in real time, right before our very eyes and right before our enemies and hidden enemies' very eyes, brothers and sisters. So if you're sitting around playing games, caught up in the American dream, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, you're on the wrong side of the fence, and you know it. Because it's our time to rise, brothers and sisters. It's our time to come together and work with one another and stop playing games with one another. Because if we don't understand something, we need to say that we don't understand something. And stop trying to manipulate one another. Because the war is on, brothers and sisters. Our brother, Michael, which is Master Farah Muhammad, and his angels, they are fighting on our behalf. Currently, right now, in the war in heaven, which is located in the Middle East. They're fighting for the liberation and salvation for the original black man and the original black woman. Even if we're not aware of it, brothers and sisters. And that's how the fulfillment of the Abrahamic covenant is currently being fulfilled. Through them, because they are at battle right now. In the East, brothers and sisters. They're fighting on our behalf. And the one who brought us this light that I'm currently reflecting, which is a great light, is the messenger of the covenant, Joshua the Messiah. He's fighting on our behalf right here in the West, brothers and sisters. Right here in the Northern American wilderness. He's with us, brothers and sisters. But we seem to not realize what is taking place due to the fact that we are caught up in the American dream. We're caught up under that force that we are soon to rise up out of and above. Because one thing we do have to understand, original black man and original black woman, is that we are the makers, the owners, the cream of the planet Earth, the gods of the universe. And see, cream, it rises from the bottom to the top. As I stated earlier, these devils, they have been dealing with us from every elevated place. But soon, and I do mean soon, as they are looking down upon us, they're going to be looking up to us because we are the cream of the planet Earth. That means we rise from the bottom to the top. As they look down upon us, as we are at the bottom, the outcome to this war is going to have us rising to the top. And we're going to do double to these devils what they have done to us, brothers and sisters. because we are the revengers of our ancestors. And as I stated earlier, we are our ancestors and our ancestors are us. So we all know exactly what these devils have been doing to us. So why would we want to stay here in America, in a land that is not ours? Why would we want to be trapped with a mind that is not ours? Because we all seen these devils back in the event that we label as the Holocaust. We're just ignoring who these devils are. But no one's going to ignore the shock of the hour, because the shock of the hour is coming as a heated fire. And fire will make you move, brothers and sisters, whether you want to move or not, because the American dream is soon to be canceled. And we need to prepare ourselves to let go of the gravitational vortex. Because if we're holding on to the American dream, the harder we hold on, the harder it will be to let go of it. Still serving these devils, working for these devils, when we need to be on the battlefield, working for the liberation and salvation for the original Black nation only. We don't need to be concerned about any other nation at all. And we don't need to be concerned about nobody that is against us at all. It don't matter who the hell they are. Brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles, aunts, wives, spouses, children. If they're against the liberation and salvation of the original Black nation, they are an enemy. And they are an enemy to our brother Michael, which is Master Farad Muhammad, the God who is fighting on our behalf. Because currently, right now, Michael and his angels, they are at war with the dragon and his angels. Because our rise is here, brothers and sisters. Yes, our rise is here. And see, my people is lost for the lack of knowledge. What knowledge are they lost for, brothers and sisters, may you ask? Well, they're lost for the lack of the knowledge that is currently taking place, which is the war in heaven. A lot of our brothers and sisters seem to believe that the war is already done, that it's not even going on. And they see it in the daily news feeds and on the media, and they're ignoring these facts that this war is not going on. But I'm here to reveal this war to you through the unsealed scriptures of the Bible, brothers and sisters. And the unsealed scriptures of the Bible will bring to you, original Black man and original Black woman, the true facts on what's taking place in this war in heaven that is located in the Middle East, which is all about you, original Black man and original Black woman. So if it's all about you, you need to tune in. You need to get this light that I'm reflecting to you so you can understand what is taking place. Because if you don't come to understand what is taking place, you will be caught up in that fire that is soon to touch the Northern American wilderness. And that fire is going to burn, brothers and sisters. It's going to burn you into a crisp if you're not aware of what is taking place. Because this information is here for you, brothers and sisters, so you can be ahead of that fire. Because you don't want to be caught up in that fire. And you don't want to be caught up in the many traps that America has already set in place to destroy you, original Black man and original Black woman and original Black children. Yes, brothers and sisters, your children are involved now too, by the way, because they're living right here in the Northern American wilderness. So we need to get our affairs in order, brothers and sisters. We need to inform one another what is taking place. Because the outcome of this war will change everything right here in the Northern American wilderness. There's not going to be no more going to work. I got to clock in. I got to go to the grocery store and pick up some groceries. I got to go cook some dinner. I got to go play around. I got to go watch TV. I got to go do this. I got to go do that. The only thing we're going to be worrying about is our survival. And the only way to survive is to come together, meaning working together. And that is Hajj, brothers and sisters. That's harmonic motion, brotherhood and sisterhood. And we need to start now. Not when the shock of the hour appears right here in the Northern American wilderness. Because the shock of the hour is near, brothers and sisters. And that shock of the hour will bring unprecedented times right here in the Northern American wilderness. So it will be a great benefit to ourselves to start preparing now. And by preparing, it's by getting our people together. And once our people are together, we need to realize what is taking place. So that's why I'm here to reflect that light onto you, brothers and sisters, so you can realize that this war is all about you, original black man and original black woman. And you need to cut ties with the American dream. Because as I stated, if you're still holding on tight to the American dream, when that shockwave hits America, it's going to be hard for you to let go of the American dream. It's going to be hard for you to let go of that job that you're working on. That national security alert's going to come out, attack all blacks. Oh, I got to go to work. What do you? I got to go cook dinner. I got to go do this. I got to go pay a bill. Like, all that's going to be gone, brothers and sisters. I got to go pick up my medication from the hospital. The hospitals are going to be closed down. I got to go put some gas in my car so I can go to work tomorrow. It's not going to be happening, brothers and sisters. So the sooner you prepare, the better you can be ready. And you could be ahead of that fire that is coming. Because that fire is coming, brothers and sisters. And it could happen any day now. It could happen once I'm done reflecting that light to you, brothers and sisters. The shock of the hour. That national security alert. Which will label all blacks here in America as a national security threat. Due to the fact that we are the true seed of Abraham. And we are the evidence that reveals false Israel is a damn lie. Because they are masquerading around as the true seed of Abraham. And being blessed for it. And they are not the true seed of Abraham. And we're caught up here in the Northern American wilderness, held captive, and being cursed. Black Ham to be slaves forever and ever, which is a damn lie. And we're suffering due to the fact that false Israel has our identity, as they are identity thieves, brothers and sisters. They're using our identity to be blessed, and we're being cursed because of it. We're caught up here in the Northern American wilderness, stressed the hell out. High blood pressure, not knowing who the hell we are, not aware of the fact that we have a vision, and our vision is the Abrahamic covenant. And that's the only thing we need to be concerned about. We don't need to be concerned about serving no devils, working for no devils, doing for no devils, none of that, brothers and sisters.